Number 9, you found the perfect contract. I understand that you just want to practice medicine. So it would be perfectly understandable that you want to find just the best company you possibly can find and then just don't have to worry about any of this. Here's the problem. You find the perfect contract. It's got Schedule A. It's got the risk pool. It's got no indemnification. The termination clauses are reasonable, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you're like, happy, 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 happy. So you sign the contract and then you forget it. And you start, the great big funnel, the managed care funnel opens up and all those patients from that company start falling into your waiting room and you are practicing medicine without worrying about contracts. About the time you can't say no, you will receive notice under the contract. Dear Dr. Smith, as per our contract, this constitutes 30 days notice that we intend on decreasing your fee schedule by 5%. Do you say yes or no? If you say no, by the way, then you get this letter constitutes 30 days notice as per our contract that we intend on terminating you. You are going to close your doors. You can't say no. All your patients are from that company. I'm sorry, but they own you. It is not at all uncommon that physicians are agreeing to the cut in pay because they really have no choice. So yes or no, it's a devil's choice. So you want to make sure that you never, ever, ever are in a situation where you cannot walk away from a managed care company. In a perfect world, that would be true. Some of you are in geographic areas or communities where that is not possible, but at least you can know that when you decide to go establish your practice there. I would prefer that you always have as many contracts in play that you can always say no to any one of them. That's the only prayer you have for keeping any clout with them, is you could say no. So I can't tell you how many contracts that is, how many you should have up in the air. It's going to depend a lot on your geographic area. It's going to depend a lot on your area of practice. But I just want to make sure you understand that the contracts will change on you as you lose any kind of negotiating power. And then last but not least, you've already signed. Now this one I do have to divide between the brand new physicians and the ones who are out there. If you are out in practice, I would not be at all surprised. You may go back to your contracts and find them littered with these things. Indemnification clauses, termination, all the things that I just talked about. And it's never been a problem. Okay, as those contracts come up for renewal, I suggest you have those clauses removed. And again, it takes a physical removal. It's possible that it's just a matter of having it crossed out, you initial or your representative. I'll get there in a second. But someone should be getting that language out of the contracts. So I'm not suggesting that you bail on all your contracts right now. I just want you to, as those contracts do come up for renegotiation, that you have your people, whether it's an IPA, PHO, or maybe it's you independently, start managing your contracts to get that language out. Now for the new physicians. For you, the concern is not that you've already signed. The concern is, will you even be on the plan in the first place? If you're just coming out of your residency and you're establishing your practice, please know that you need to do something before day one to make sure you're on the managed care plans, and then we're going to worry about the details. So the advice that I've been told that's appropriate is generous, but 3 to 6 months before you get out of your residency or your fellowship, you should probably be finding out who are the managed care companies in the locale that you want to establish your practice if you're going to be solo practice, and start finding out and start applying so that you can get onto those plans. If you're joining a very large practice, they should manage that for you, and they know that. But if you're joining a small practice, again, that small office may assume you will be grandfathered in and then be very surprised when you show up. Now, your first day, you want to be able to take those patients. You can get on Medicaid with a phone call, and I hope all of you will take Medicaid patients, but you don't want it to be your only patient base. So what's important is that you make the contacts before day one so that you can hit the ground running. I have, traveling around the country teaching, I've run into 2 pairs, father-son teams. In both scenarios, the father was a physician, the son went to medical school through residency, etc., to join dad. Both sets, the intention was always that dad would leave the practice when son arrived. And in both cases, dad was working many months after that original plan because the managed care plans would not replace father and son. So you can't assume you're going to be able to jump into these contracts. It's very important that you be thinking prospectively about that. You know, obviously you need a lawyer. And as I started this was not intended to make you a great managed care contract lawyer. It was intended to make you a very informed consumer about the various different issues. Again, very smart people like you are signing all the time, and you do want to know what you're signing on to. One word about that, and you've got, to my knowledge, every year AMA fights for a standardized managed care contract, and I'm sure there's others who are fighting for this also. In a perfect world, managed care contract would be like buying a house. There's some important blanks when you buy a house, like escrow and price, but the rest of that has been standardized. And I'm sure it would make a lot of sense to have managed care contracts standardized as well, but that's been an uphill battle now for as long as I can remember. So just know, again, it's a great thing for physician advocacy, but until they're standardized, someone does need to be looking for all the little tricks that are in there.